Hey guys, welcome to the adventures. All right, so warning, I'm gonna get haters, I'm gonna get snarky remarks, I'm gonna get people thinking I'm absurd, and that's okay. And why? Because the way I'm fixing the truck, all right? But this has nothing to really completely do 100% about the breakdown, about everything. This video is to do with how to creatively find out the problem, eliminate as much downtime and cost that comes with breakdowns and troubleshooting what's wrong with your truck. First start with how everything started happening. So the truck was having a few check fault lights come on, which most of you know that usually means that it's nothing critical or something that you need to pull over immediately for. That could be something like a marker light or a wide range of things. But when a yellow check engine light or a red check engine light comes on, that means you better figure out what's going on and get pulled over. I got over to the exit and popped the hood, and there was coolant everywhere. So I start trying to figure out where it's coming from. So this is where your pre-trip is really important. Know your truck and know how to really go over everything with a fine-tooth comb and just search out where the possible problem could be. Because remember, it's just a check engine light, it's just a little symbol, and it's not going to tell me really what's wrong. You can buy software and figure it out yourself, but so obviously it was coolant because I popped the hood and it was just everywhere. So since it was sprayed on the top of the motor, all over the hoses, all over the wiring cases and all like that, then that means it had to be coming up from pretty high. So right there, I started at the very top and I start going over things. And because it is a small area, you know, it can spray up and come back down as like a rainfall. So I checked the bottom of the hood, and in fact, that's what it was. Here's what that kind of looked like initially while trying to find out where it was coming from. I started looking at splatter marks and the way the coolant was running, dripping, puddling, and all those things. So some of it was coming down like rain, like I said, and then I noticed that on one hose in a very small spot, it was blowing back like this. So I found it at the back of the hose and I worked my way up and followed it to where I thought it was coming from. Scott then got in the driver's seat and turned on the truck and kind of revved the motor just a little bit, and I could then look for a drip. I found the drip and knew what the problem was, and it was the line coming out of the coolant reservoir, and it was snapped. So I bring up an idea of that if we just put some wire or put something on there that to hold it in place, then it could help get us to where we're going. Why is that important instead of just calling roadside service? Because FedEx has tight runs. We are doing a meet and turn, which means we're just meeting another driver at a truck stop, and he's waiting on us at a certain time. So 3 o'clock is the meet time. We need to be there within around a half hour before or after to make the meet so your packages can get delivered on time.
I can hear y'all laughing right now. You think it's crazy, but it worked.
The wire and pulled it really tight and held it in place. That's what this looks like right here, and it got us 40 minutes. It got us to our meet time within that half hour window. We were only 10 minutes past 3, so it was wonderful. So once we got here, then we were trying to figure out once we were doing the 40-minute drive, Scott was making phone calls to Volvo to find out if we could just get to fitting, because I figured out if I had the clip and I had this little fitting, that I most likely could just pop the fitting out of the hose and put it on there, put the clamp back down, problem fixed. But go Volvo, you're making money and you can't do that. You have to buy an entire tank, and the Volvo dealership that is close doesn't even have a tank available. So we only have two options. One, try to fix it and make it back so that our loads aren't late, because you get penalized with FedEx if the loads are late, and it can actually cost the contractor some big money and big problems. So either fix it and try to make it back, or get a rental, and then you have the rental cost, and you have the truck being here and getting all that fixed, and then coming back and picking it up and exchanging the rental truck for your truck again. So we had nothing to lose because the tank has to be trashed anyways. So I came up with an idea, and I searched the truck stop high and low for something I could fix it with, and I found Gorilla Glue. And I thought to myself, well, why can't I just glue it together, because it insits just a little bit. So I glued it in place and then rewired it. I made sure I cleaned everything first with disinfectant wipes to get the antifreeze off. Then I did it with water, dried it, air dried it, put it all together. Here's what that looks like. All right, so I know you guys are thinking this crazy, but like I said, this tank is going to be trashed. If we can make it back, it's going to save a ton of time, a ton of money, and then the truck will be able to get fixed. So here's to hoping that it worked. I really think it will, because it's fit in there really tight and it made a really good bond. It sets up in 10 seconds. So I think it's going to work, and I think it's going to get us back safely. So let's see.